Mountain and TST here, giving you a map guide of the map, giving you a guide for the map Live Fire. As you can see here, we are spawning in the canal, which is next to the tower, one of the two main spawns, the other being house, which I'll show you in a little bit. So first off, what we're going to do, there's a little glitch there, my weapon chain, that's weird. Alright, so first what we're going to do is we're going to show you the weapon spawns. Now there's two weapons, there's two versions of the map on all of them, so we're going to simply just show you what one there is and tell you what one there would be alternatively. There that is again. So, closest one to us, the Mauler, or, I'm sorry, the closest one to us is the Mangler, or, alternatively, it would be the Plasma Pistol. Go up the tower. We have the Pulse Carbine. Now some of these are static spawns, so they will never change. This is one of those. There's two Pulse Carbines on the map and they'll always spawn there. We'll get to this power up in a bit. We're going to go to the right, over to the nest. Right here we have the Battle Rifle, or the Commando. A couple static spawns over here. Green Bend has spike grenades. And then Green Building at the top has a repulsor. If you go inside the house elbow, you have the Commando or the Battle Rifle. If you go to the other end of house, now this is house, this is the other team spawn. You'll spawn roughly right here. If you go to the window, another Pulse Carbine. Again, that's static, so it'll be the same on both. Here we have the Needler, or alternatively the Sentinel Beam. Here we have active camo or overshield. If you go to platform, you have plasma grenades. If you go down to brutes over by the tower, you will have a drop wall. If you go into the tunnel, you will have heat wave or the bulldog, which is the first set of power weapons. In Overlook, right in front of house, you're going to have a pair of grenades. You're going to have a disruptor or a mangler. And then in the center, you're going to have the S7 sniper or the skewer. Now that we know what weapons spawn where, what we can do is we can show some jumps. Now, part of this would be helpful if we have the repulsor. Not. Okay, so we're going to use the repulsor to show you some of the jumps. Some of them won't need it, and some of them may need even crouch jumps, which just means you jump and then crouch at the top to get of your jump to just get a little bit extra. So, we're going to start in the house. First one is going to be the house window. So, this little junction box, power box, you can jump on without the use of a crouch jump, but I'd recommend crouching. I don't know if you're visible from there, but I have used it in Oddball where they have a hard time seeing you because there's so few sight lines to be seen. The grenades kind of go past you, and if anything, you can always jump. And then, I haven't yet, but I believe that if someone was not paying much attention, they didn't see you, they could come up here and you could just drop down and smack them. Now, the next jump, we're going to go back to Overlook, which is right in front of the house again. Right here. Now, I'm going to start from the bottom. To get from the ground up to the Overlook quickly, there's this little white pillar. You just jump on top of both of these, you're on the grad board, and then you're back here. Now, I've taken the sniper, and I'll grab it just for... If I'm sniping over on house side, or in the Overlook, sometimes what I'll do is I'll pop over here on top of the grad board, and you can actually get visual on the drop wall, as well as the brute. And then if they start throwing grenades are not going to hurt you because you're so far up. And then you can just quickly jump back to safety, and you're nowhere near where they are. The other thing that's nice is if you're attacking house rather than defending, is you can jump up here. Again, grenades won't hit you because you're so far high up. Throw grenades into the window or to the main part of the house. Pop at them, and if you get weak, just simply drop back. Now there's little jumps you may see people use, such as this. I don't really.
S7
I'm
sniper
not really playing on
inbound.
those, or I'm not planning on really giving you guys those ones. I'm just trying to give you all the little jumps that most people might not know. There's another power box, as I'm going to call it here.
S7 sniper available.
This one has a, you can't just jump on it. You do have to go do a crouch jump. So see how I'm just jumping straight up, pushing forward. If you push crouch at the top, you can get there. This has actually helped me get a few kills because they're throwing grenades, and I'm a little bit out of the way. They don't even see that I'm coming because I'm coming from around that corner in the elbow. And then I can just either pop at them, or if there's more than one, what I like to do is wait. If there's more than one, if let's say there's two pop over, I'll smack the first one and try to pop the other one from the back. So, other jumps that are important without the use of equipment, which is what we're starting with first, is tower. Now, you have the stairs. They'll take you all the way to the top of the tower, as it's designed. You can even, if you're underneath, go through here, under where the grenades spawn, and be on the stairs as well. Now, the next thing, this is one that a lot of people have already found out, is this box, this little crate. You can jump up, but you can't just jump straight. So, as you notice, if you were just to do that, there's wall. You have to kind of jump up into an angle, you'll get here, at the top of tower. This is really great because on oddball, a lot of times you'll find people here. A lot of times they jumped up here, which is actually a really good like sniper vantage point. If you try to get that without being hit from the main hallway, you can worry about is there. And if they can see you there, and if they start shooting you here and you get some pressure, back off. You can scope there or run, or even jump off. Which leads us to another jump. You can actually hide underneath the stairs right here. Now you can use the power box if you crouch jump to get here. That's a little bit harder, but let's say you have the oddball. Okay, we'll actually go back up top, just kind of make it a little more clear of a demonstration. So if you have the oddball, you're hiding here, you see a bunch of guys coming here, some guys going over there, you could jump off without jumping off of the map and just quickly go right here. Hopefully they'll pass you and you could either run back or you could smack them in the back as you drop down. One of the other jumps is to get from Canal, which is a spawn point, one of the starting spawn points, up to the nest. So you jump up here and then jump there. Again, you can always jump like on things on top of the nest and back down if you need, if you have some pressure. So now I'm going to show you some things you can do with the repulsor for jumping. You can jump on these boxes of dirt to get up there. Aim down, run, jump, and now you're up there. Another one you can do. I'll actually go pick up the more repulsor first. You can actually jump up there using repulsor, but I'm mostly showing you the bridge. And the bridge is working both downhill and uphill. Jump. We can try this one. I don't remember if this one worked. Oh, looks like it did. So there's different ways you can get to the top of the tower or get higher. You can also jump, I think, from here just to the stairs as well. Now, one of my favorite ones over here that most people I don't think will think about right away is if you come down here by Canal, and right underneath the tower, you get to see this metal beam. If you get to the higher points, which is right here to here, and you look at the lower point, jump, move forward, you can actually jump on top of the stairs of the tower. Now, one of my other favorite jumps that I don't think a lot of people have thought about yet is if you go in the tunnel where Heatwave and the Bulldog spawn, there's that opening where you can drop down. If you aim down, you can actually get up here. You can get yourself a quick exit up, which they wouldn't be normally expecting. Some of the strategies I like to use on this map are actually, if a weapon is about to spawn a power weapon in the middle right here, I like to kind of hide right here if it's like, 5 seconds left, because no one can see you. Obviously you want to keep your reticle on the opposite side where you're going to be most visible, and then when it spawns, pick it up, drop down, you can run away. Now, I've already mentioned on Oddball that if you were to go to the tower, what I find to be a common thing is to get to the top of the tower and hide right here. That seems to be the most common one. And then what they do is they jump off into the water so the ball spawns again. Now, the ball will spawn underneath the hallway inside the tower. It'll spawn about right here. So, that's the main strategy people like to use for Oddball. Now, as far as Strongholds, this is Stronghold A, I believe, is in House. I believe Bravo is Green Building, which a strategy I like to use is just to hide right here as far back. And you can either, if you know they're coming this way, you can do it this way, or at least off to the side. Or if you have the thruster,
Repulsor
and
acquired.
they come around the corner of Green Bend, you can just blast them into the water. That one's a lot of fun. General Slayer strategies. A lot of people will go for the power weapons first, so you're going to need to decide whether you're going to go for Sniper, Heatwave, or Bulldog, Skewer, depending on what's spawning. Now, the fastest way from House
S7 Sniper
is
inbound.
just a straight shot there, but you're going to get a lot of conflict right away, so you're going to want to throw some grenades to the side. It's going to be a bit of a battle versus
Sniper
if you're
available.
in house and you're going to go for, say, the Bulldog. If you know it's a sniper, you know it's going to be a heat wave. If you know it's a skewer, you know it's going to be a Bulldog. You can just run left and go in the tunnel and try to grab it. There might be a little bit of conflict here, a little bit of tug of war, but usually that's reserved for up here. A lot of people like to try to snipe from this tower, so it's very common. What I like to do is, again, if I'm sniping, you can use the oddball box, as we can call it. You can cover this ground, no pressure from the middle or the right until someone can come up here. But if you have someone right here with, say, a Bulldog, or the Heat Wave, because they're both shotguns and both the skewer and the sniper rifle are both snipers, you can have someone with the shotgun here guarding you, the sniper here, and if you hear they're in the hallway, you can just start popping. And of course you can reach grenades that way. The only sightline you can't really see, because this is really a 3-lane map, you have what we're going to call grass, like we'll say camo or overshield, right? Brute side. Then you have nest side, or green side, and then you have the hallway. You can't see into the tunnel, but that's not as big of a deal. The tunnel comes out right about there, and there's also another entrance on the other side of that platform, and also on that side. So there's some definite ways that people can come at you. I like hanging out probably the most at nest, because you have a great weapon of battle rifle or commando. You jump up, you can see into the elbow, house elbow. You see if they're coming down from platform. You have great, not great sightline, but you have a great straight shot into the tunnel. You have some fallback you can get into. If they're coming from that way, let's go actually get back up here. If they're coming this way, you know, you have some cover in order to get there. You can even use the repulsor to kind of get away. I'll grab a little bit more.
Repulsor
There's some general
obtained.
tips and strategies. I mean, if you know they're coming up and you've got a power weapon, you can always hide right here, jump up, and smack them if you have the sword or whatever you have. If you're playing something like Fiesta, or use the shotgun. And that's it. That's all I have. Well, that's all I have for today. If you enjoyed this map guide, please like and subscribe. Thank you.